Hello and welcome to a new video. I'm at the airport and this means I'm traveling again, and today we fly to London and I'm really excited. I've never been to London before and I always plan to go to London, and now I finally see the city. It's really great, so yeah, come with me. Let's fly to London. We arrived in our hotel. You can see it, I'm sitting on a bed in the hotel room, and the hotel is actually pretty good. Today we did some exploring. You saw it, we went to the Tower of London and the Tower Bridge, but then it started to rain very heavy. Yeah, typical London weather, and yeah, I couldn't really vlog and show that much. And we also went to the museum, the Tate Modern, the Museum for Modern Arts, and also to the St. Paul's Cathedral, some famous places, but yeah, the rain, because of the rain I couldn't really film that much. But now we arrived in the hotel room and yeah, it's already getting dark, but of course I want to give you a room tour. We start our room tour here and walk into the room. Here are the beds, two beds down here and one bed up there, and yeah, we have a third bed. It was an extra bed, it was the same price, so why don't have an extra bed? It's pretty cool. And yeah, here is our third member in the room, Henry. Hi. And yeah, the room is not very big. Here's a little table and there's a TV, and here's a window to look outside. And yeah, now we go to the bathroom and passing here Jacob Jacket, our other friend. Now we go into the bathroom and yeah, here's a toilet and of course a shower and a sink, and the bathroom is pretty good. The hotel wasn't very expensive, so it's actually better than expected. The hotel room is really good, but now it's getting late, so I think we're going to sleep now, and yeah, see you tomorrow. Now we are at King's Cross Station. It's the most famous railway or train station here in London, and this is where our tour today starts. So yeah, let's check out the King's Cross Station and then explore London some more. Here at King's Cross Station is also the famous Harry Potter platform. Here you can see it, but it's 20 pounds to do a photo, so we won't do this today, but it's pretty cool to be here, and yeah, it's also in the movie, so pretty cool, pretty famous place, pretty famous location, pretty famous station here. And right next to it is the Harry Potter shop, which is also pretty cool, and you also have a look here. This was Regent's Park. It's one of the royal parks here in London, one of the most famous parks in London. It was really cool. And now we are on Primrose Hill, and you can see it right behind me. From there you can see a really cool skyline, the skyline of London, and it's just amazing. So yeah, we enjoy the skyline here, and then we move on to Baker Street. Which birds can you spot? Lots of birds here. We are in another park and directly here at the water. There's this animal here, a goose or something, and here there are also boats and everything. It's pretty beautiful. Getting late already, but it looks so beautiful here. Great park. Now we are on Baker Street, and I'm standing right in front of the home of Sherlock Holmes, where he lived and worked. Here you can see the Sherlock Holmes Museum that you also can visit, but now it's too late for that. And this house here, 221B, is the address of Sherlock Holmes. They had his office, and yeah, it's pretty cool to be here where really Sherlock Holmes lived. He's not just a fictional figure, he really lived here and everything. It's really cool. Now we explore Baker Street. Here, right next to the train station, we also have the Sherlock Holmes statue, the great detective. So Baker Street is really famous for this great detective, and yeah, it's pretty cool. A new day here in London, and you can see it. I'm standing right in front of the Buckingham Palace, and today I give you a London city tour, a big London city tour. We visit all the most famous places, all the most famous buildings here in London, and we start here at the Buckingham Palace, and then we go on, and on the other side you can already see and then we go to Hyde Park and yeah, explore the city a little bit. Here we are at Piccadilly Circus, also one of the most famous places here in London. And look at this, it looks really cool. Also the screens remind me a little bit of the Times Square in New York, and it's a little bit like this Times Square but just in London, and it's really cool. So yeah, let's go, let's explore Piccadilly Circus and then move on. Now I'm at Trafalgar Square. It's also one of the most famous landmarks, places, locations here in London. Right behind me you can see this huge and cool fountain, and a little bit more in the back is the National Art Gallery of London. And there's another special landmark, is the Nelson's column, also pretty huge, and you also might know this from television and everything. So a lot of great places here in London. You can see it right behind me. I'm at a Big Ben, and it's really one of the coolest buildings here in London, also one of the most famous buildings here in London, when it could be the most famous building in London, and I think it's the coolest building I've ever seen. And yeah, it's unbelievable that I'm finally here. I just saw this from movies or television and everything, and look at this building. It's really, really stunning. It's amazing to be here. And here is the famous London Eye, and it's so big, you can see it here. Really cool. Now we arrived at the Tower Bridge. You can see it, and yeah, it's the most famous bridge here in London, and it's also pretty cool, and it's already getting late, it's getting dark, and the light is just perfect, the lighting on the bridge, so it's also a really cool spot. And on the other side of the river you can see the Tower of London, another iconic landmark here in London. And yeah, let's look around here at the Tower Bridge and then end the day here in London. This is the 10 Bells. This is also the bar where Jack the Ripper operated back in the days, and yeah, this is here in Whitechapel where Jack the Ripper was, and also a really cool and famous place. A new day here in London. Yesterday was a great day. We explored most of the sightseeing attractions and the weather was awesome, and yeah, a really cool day. And my highlight was definitely the Big Ben, but also the Tower Bridge and Buckingham Palace. Also the St. James Park next to Buckingham Palace was really awesome. And today we traveled to Greenwich, another cool place, another cool district here in London. And right behind me you can see one of the most famous attractions already here in Greenwich. Is the Cutty Sark, is this giant ship here, but you can also explore the Meridian line here, and it's the line where the different time zones take place. Also cool attractions, and yeah, let's move off, let's explore Greenwich. The weather is not that great, but yeah, it will be fun already, so let's explore Greenwich today. We found the Queen's House, a royal museum here in Greenwich, and yeah, let's have a look. There you can see some paintings and a little bit of history of Greenwich, and I think it's very interesting. Now we are on the Observatory Hill, and yeah, you can see this stunning view all over Greenwich, all over London, and it's really an amazing place, an amazing spot, and yeah, it's great to be here. And now we try to find the Meridian line for the time zones and yeah, enjoy the view some more. Here in the observatory is the great equatorial telescope from 1893, and you can see it right here. Impressive. Also a cool place with a great view. They have a view of the city. Also some information here. And this video. Cool. Weighing the stars, let's try this. And terrace. Cool. Greenwich is known for its maritime history. Let's discover some of the history in the National Maritime Museum, and there you can also see some other aspects, other history elements like polar worlds, and also some gallery about space and something. So it might be interesting. So yeah, let's go to the Maritime Museum. London is also very beautiful by night, especially Soho and of course the Big Ben and the London Eye. It's beautifully illuminated. Today is already our last day here in London, and we are doing a little bus tour, a little bit of sightseeing, and enjoy our last day here in London. And yeah, we have to leave at about 4 p.m. to go to the airport to fly back to Germany. So yeah, we just enjoy our day, do some sightseeing, and yeah, then go back to Germany. My first time in London was amazing. An absolute highlight was, of course, the Big Ben. I think it's one of the coolest buildings I've ever seen, and it was so cool to see this in real life. I just knew London from TV shows and movies, and now it was really there. I also really liked the Tower Bridge and Buckingham Palace, London Eye, and all the famous landmarks there. But another great thing were also the parks, the great view from Primrose Hill, I think it's called like this. It was also amazing. Baker Street with Sherlock Holmes, the night in Soho, Chinatown, and I think the city, it's a big city, it has a great vibe. And we were also really lucky with the weather. It was just raining on the first day when we were under the Tower Bridge, and then we went to Tate Modern, and after that the rain just stopped. It was a little bit rainy on our last day, but there we just did a bus ride and then went back to the airport, so it wasn't really a problem. But on our exploring day, when we started at Buckingham Palace and went to the Tower Bridge, it was actually really sunny and warm. So it wasn't really typical rainy London weather. It was actually really great, and I had an awesome experience there. Another highlight was our little trip to Greenwich. We were walking under the ocean, no, under the Thames. It wasn't the ocean, obviously, under the Thames, to this suburb, this little village with all the museums, the Maritime Museum, the Queen's Museum with all the art and stuff, and then we went up to the observatory for great views and the Prime Meridian. and I think we did a lot on our 4 days in London, and I had a really great experience. And of course I will be back at some point to London because it's one of the best cities in the world, and yeah, it was really a great time. I hope you liked my London vlog. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Cheers!